Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing on the topic lower bound, right? So this belongs to the modified binary search. Let's get into the definition part. Lower bound finds the first index on the sorted array. See, it finds the first index on the sorted array where the element is greater than or equal to the given target. So uh, it finds the first index in the sorted array where element is greater than or equal to the given target will be given the target. Actually the element has to be greater than or equal to the given target. So if all the elements are smaller than the target, suppose if all the elements that are present in the array is smaller than the target, then it returns the array size, the size of the array, right? So it is implemented using binary search, right? Let's get into the algorithm explanation part. So we'll be working on the sorted array. Mainly the binary search works on the sorted arrays itself, right? So by this time we have to know this one. Yep. So we'll be working on the sorted array. We'll be making use of the binary search space, nothing but from 0 to n. Whenever array of mid is greater than or equal to target, we'll move left to find the earliest valid index. What we'll do, whenever array of mid is greater than or equal to target, we'll move left to find the earliest valid index. Otherwise, we will move right, right? So it's as simple as that. Now let's move on with the further things. So here, this is not required, I believe. So I'll just remove this one, input output, but let's consider the example directly. Yep. So I'll just remove this one as well. It's not required. So I'll just consider a very simple example here. I'll just go with array equals. So let me go with some random numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. Next, what shall I do? So we have to go with the target. We should have the target element, right? So let's go with the target value whose lower bound index um, that we want to find. So I'll just go with int. Let me go with the target itself, variable name. Let me assign this one to a 6. 6 is the lower bound index that we need to find. Yep. So this is fine. The next thing, I'll just assign n to array dot length. So the length of the array will be making use of it many times. So I'll just assign this one to variable n. So now we have to go with the left as well as the right boundary of the binary search. Left boundary is something that is inclusive and right boundary is something that is exclusive, right? So left boundary of binary search, right boundary of binary search. For left boundary, I'll consider variable L, and for the right boundary, I'll consider variable R, right? So this is fine. Next, what we will be doing, so I'll just go with the default answer if no element is greater than or equal to target, right? So for that, result variable, I'll just go with the answer. So let me assign this one to the n. So this is fine. Next, what shall we do? Let's go with a standardized binary search loop. Nothing but I'll just go with while left less than right. So within the while loop, first thing what we'll be doing, so we have to calculate the mid index safely. So in short terms, we have to calculate the mid. So I'll just go with mid equals left less right minus left by 2. So after successfully calculating the mid part, so we have to compare. This one, after calculating the mid, we have to compare, right? So first thing we'll be checking here, what we have to check. So if the current element is greater than or equal to the target, then we have to store the current index as potential lower bound. For that, and then move the left to check for the earlier valid index. So let's write that one in the form of code. See, it's very simple. If array of mid, suppose if it is greater than or equal to target accordingly with the algorithm, what we'll do, then we have to store the index as potential lower bound. So I'll just assign the this one result variable answer to m. Then we have to move the left, right? So for that, I'll just assign r to m. It's as simple as that. Else, if array of mid is less than or equal to target, then what we have to do in that case, um, we have to move the right. We have to move right. Why we have to move right? Since lower bound cannot be here, we have to move right. So it's as simple as that. I'll just go with left equals mid plus 1. Yep. So this is it for the algo. We are left with only one thing, nothing but we have to print the lower bound index, right? Accordingly with the this one, just for the interactiveness. So I'll just go with system out println. So let me pass the answer variable. Yep. So this is fine. Let me format the code so that this looks good. So let me tell you one thing. Before running the code, we do not have any error or the typos, right? As far as I know. Yep. So this is fine. Uh, yep. So before running the code, let's dry run the code so that we get to know whatever the code that we have written is correct or not, and we get to know the output for the example that we have considered. Yep. Then later we can come back here and run the code that we have written. Yep. First, let's dry run the code accordingly with the example that we have considered within the code. Let's do that. So let's do one thing. Let's continue with the dry run part. So example that we have considered within the code is this one. One second. What about this one? Yeah. 1, 3, 5, 7, as well as 9. And the target, I'll just write T here. Target, we are going with a 6. Target element is 6. Right. So initial values. So we are going with the left and right pointer. So left will be 0 and right will be the last element, nothing but 5. The length we are considering this one. So right is 5, left is 0, and answer initially will be 5. Answer variable initially it consists of 5. So first, let's go with the first iteration here. I'll just go with iteration 1. It is nothing but iteration 1. So mid. So in the code we have written mid, left plus right minus left by 2, right? So I'll just go with, in this case, it will be 0 plus 5 by 2, that is nothing but 2. Next, we are going with a array of mid, right? So array of mid here is nothing but 5, right? So we will compare, is 5 greater than or equal to 6, right? So we are checking whether 5 is less than 6, right? Accordingly with the code. So 5 is less than 6. 6 is greater here. 5 is less than 6. So accordingly with the code we have written, we will move right. Yep, we will move right. Then what we'll do, we'll update. Now we'll update left to 3, we'll update right to 5, and answer becomes 5. And answer becomes 5 here. So we are done with the iteration 1. Now let's move on with the second iteration. So I'll just write here iteration 2. Right? Let's move on with the iteration 2. Here again we'll be calculating the mid. This time we have left 3 and right 5. So left plus right. So I'll just go with, or for the safer side, we have written left plus right minus left by 2. Nothing but here we are considering left plus right by 2 directly. Don't get confused here. 3 plus 5 by 2 is nothing but 8 by 2. So this one answer is 4 here. This one. Next, we are going with array of mid. Array of mid is nothing but 9. Now array of mid is 9. We will check whether 9 is less than or greater than 6, right? So 9 is greater than or equal to 6. Here, in this case, we have found the valid lower bound because 9 is greater than or equal to 6. 9 is greater than 6 in simple terms. So we have found the valid lower bound accordingly with the code that we have written. Yep. So we have found the valid lower bound. Then what we'll do, we'll update. What we'll update here now? So answer, 1 second. Yeah. What we'll update? Answer becomes 4. This one. Answer becomes 4 and R becomes 4. Nothing but right. Right pointer. Right pointer becomes 4. Right. So now we have found the valid this one lower bound. We'll move on with the further iterations, right? So let's move on with the third iteration. We'll not stop there itself. We'll move on with the third iteration again. So I'll just go with a mid calculation. So this time it is 3 plus 4 by 2, that is equivalent to 3. So this becomes array of mid is nothing but 7. So we'll check whether 7 is greater than or equal to 6. Yeah. So we have found the lower bound. So as 7 is greater than 6, greater than or equal to C, again we have found the lower bound. But this time it is better. See, 9, it is completely greater than 6. We have found 7 that is almost equivalent to 6. Yeah. So this I can just write it in this way. This is better lower bound. We have found the better lower bound. Yep. So then we'll update again answer variable as well as this one, right pointer. Answer variable we are updating with the value 3, and right pointer we are updating with the 3. Right. So now loop ends. Right. So left is equivalent to right, and this is equivalent to, I can just write it in this way. Left is equal to right equal, left and right both are equal to 3. Yep. So this is fine. Now the loop ends as left is equal to right actually. Now the final output, sorry, the final output will be the one that we have found at the last, right? Within the answer variable, nothing but 3. So I'll just write here output as nothing but 3. Yep, output is nothing but 3. So this is the output that we need to get. So in simple terms, so index 3 is the first position where value will be greater than or equal to 6 actually, right? You can just check here. 1 second. Yeah, you can clearly see here 0, 1, 2, 3. Index 3 is the first position where value will be greater than or equal to 6. Nothing but in our case, we have the value 7. Yep, value 7. So this will be considered as the lower bound. So this will be considered as the lower bound. It's as simple as that. Yep. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. So first iteration, you can just pause the video and have a look into it. Then I'll just come to the second iteration. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. Next, let me come to the third iteration here. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. Yep. Finally, the output that we got here is output 3 with the value 7. With the value 7. Yep. So this is it for the dry run. Next, what we'll be doing. So we have discussed the algorithm. We have written the code. We have dry run the code accordingly with the example that we have considered. We are left with only one thing, nothing but discussing the, running the code that we have written. And if everything goes well, if we get the desired output, we will be discussing the complexities for the code that we have written. First, let's run the code that we have written. Let's do that. So now I have come to the coding part. Let's run the code that we have written. Yep. I'll just hit the run button here. So see here, the output that we are getting is 3, which is absolutely correct. So we have already dry run the code. Accordingly with the dry run, we have got the output 3. And here, when I run the code, we are getting the output 3. So we are done with the this one algorithm part. And we are left with only one thing. So we have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. Let's do that very quickly. Yep. Just give me a second here. So what will be the time complexity? Time complexity, 1 second. 1 second. What happened here? So what would be the time complexity for the code that we have written? So the time complexity would lead to pick of logarithmic n. So why? The main thing is we are making use of the binary search, and at each step we are having the search page. So it would lead to big of logarithmic n instead of big of log n, big of n. Right. So what would be the space complexity? Space complexity would lead to big of 1 because we are not making use of any extra space. So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to big of logarithmic n and big of 1 respectively, right? So this is it for the uh, what do we call lower bound algorithm. So this belongs to the modified binary search again. So next we will be discussing on the topic upper bound. Yeah. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.